Good evening. You're most welcome to this session. And I request that the host should allow me to share the slides so that I can be able to display. The host, please accept me to share the slides.
The slides. Can you hear me? You can share the slides.
Yeah, okay. Let me do. Hello, good evening. Is anyone able to see my slides, my screen? And someone unmute, Prince. Can you please unmute and inform me whether you're able to see my screen?
No, I'm currently unable to see your screen, and I think others are not also seeing your screen as well.
You are unable to see it?
Yes, I can't see your screen.
Any other person?
Yes, I can't see it either.
You cannot see? Okay. Prince, are you now able to see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, thank you so much. Sorry for the delay, and we are going to start immediately. You're most welcome to our second day of the Modern Oil and Future Energy Conference 2026. And we have so much ready so that we can start on. So without wasting any of your time, we shall go by program with moderators welcome, which I've already done. Then we shall go with the safety brief from Favor, introduction of the speaker, our guest speaker. Today we only have one guest speaker. That will be done by Gideon Joseph. And then we shall go for a lecture from our guest speaker of the day. Then we shall have Q&A session, networking announcements, photo session, and then the closing remarks. So without wasting any of your time, let us have a safety brief from Favor. Favor, the floor is yours. Is Favor on the call? Is Favor on the call? Prince, are you able to see Favor on the call?
No, Favor is not on the call. I think you should assist him if you can.
Okay. Anyone to give us a safety brief? Anything you know about safety? Safety to do with safety. It could be environment. It could be health. KHSE basically. Prince, you have not had any of the safety knowledge you want to share with us before we continue?
Okay, let me just take the safety brief. Please, take it to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Prince. And for safety brief today, please mute your mic when not speaking. Raise your hands to speak. Use the chat button. C for comments. Q for questions. Don't just unmute your mic and start speaking without being permitted to speak. Be at alert and aware of your environment, meaning you should be able to know if your environment is okay for you to unmute your mic to speak. If your environment is crowded, if it's convenient for you, maintain a good sitting position. As you can see on the picture, as you can see on your screen, maintain a good sitting position so it won't affect your back or any part of your body. Always stay safe and enjoy today's program.
All right. Thank you so much, Prince, for that unaware coding, but you have done it well. Yeah, thank you so much. And then we shall move on to our next program, and we shall have the introduction of our guest speaker today. I'm so excited to hear from him. And I request that Gideon Joseph should sum up himself and introduce for us the guest speaker today. Gideon, the floor is yours. Gideon. Prince, where have you put the people today? Even Gideon is not on the call.
Yeah, you are saying it's like I kidnapped them. Please, there's no time. Mm, if anyone is unavailable, which I believe they will join later, maybe it might be network issues or they're on transit or maybe one problem or the other, but I believe they will join later on. But I think we just need to continue due to time
Okay.
factor.
All right. So I will request any volunteer. I don't want to work alone today. It is not a one-person day that I have to do it. But I will request anyone willing to introduce our guest speaker. And let not our guest speaker feel so bad because we are all avoiding to introduce him. So Prince, you help me check in the chat, and maybe you can call upon any person who is going to introduce our guest speaker. You just have to read the words that are written here. Yes. Prince.
Okay, I think Ifan and Divine can take it. Divine, are you on the call? Okay, Rachel says he wants to take it. Rachel, can
All
you
right.
on your mic and introduce our guest speaker? Hello,
Okay,
Rachel.
thank you. Yes, I can get you. Thank you very much, Prince. Thank you very much, moderator of the day. My name is Rachel Muchochirabo. I'm a part of the student SPE Chambogo chapter. Our guest speaker today is Dr. Chukwu Emeke, sorry. I'm very sorry, sir. Dr. Chukwu Emeke. He is a highly accomplished energy expert with an impressive career spanning over 20 years in the oil and gas industry, encompassing both offshore and onshore operations. Currently, he holds a pivotal role at Platform Petroleum Limited, a renowned player in the field of marginal oil production and one of the pioneers in achieving first oil in 2007. Chukwu Emeke's career journey includes significant contributions to Nigeria's first deep offshore project, the Abo FPSO. His deep understanding of the entire energy value chain, from crude oil production processes to evacuation models and oil well planning, sets him apart. He possesses exceptional leadership and management skills, allowing him to strategically deploy human resources to achieve corporate objectives effectively. Thank you. One of his notable accomplishments has been his leadership of the crude oil evacuation team for an impressive 13 years, overseeing the safe evacuation of over 60 million barrels of on-spec crude to both Brass and Forcados terminals. Furthermore, Chukwu Emeke's team successfully designed and delivered an infill well for water disposal and several ongoing well projects expected to substantially increase asset holdings and production capacity. Educationally, Chukwu Emeke earned his higher national diploma in petroleum and gas processing technology from the Petroleum Training Institute, that is PTI, in 2007, and subsequently obtained a follow-up degree in petroleum engineering from the University of Port Harcourt. He actively contributes to the oil and gas industry as a board member with the Society of Petroleum Engineers, that's SPE Lagos section, served as the student chapter liaison chairperson, section secretary, and currently the special project chair. As a multiple award recipient, he won the 2024 SPE Africa Regional Production and Operations Award and the 2025 Way Award. Chukwu Emeke's unwavering commitment to knowledge acquisition is evident in his extensive postgraduate qualifications, which include a master's in petroleum engineering from the University of Benin, an MBA from the same institution, and a mini MBA from the Tekedia Institute in Boston, USA. He holds a PhD degree in petroleum economics, management, and policy from the Emerald Energy Institute, University of Port Harcourt, and has published over 27 papers in reputable local and international journals. He is a prolific speaker with over 40 speaking engagements across diverse subject areas in a calendar year. Chukwu Emeke is happily married to Dr. Mrs. Victoria Chukwu, and they are blessed with 2 children. I'm very honored to have introduced such a guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. And I think this is colorful. I've not had someone have a CV like this. Ladies and gentlemen, let us sum ourselves and we welcome Dr. Chukwu. You're most welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Favor, for doing me the honors of the introduction, and thanks a lot to all the student chapter that helped to put this conference together. Delighted to be with you once again. Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, we do.
We can hear you, sir.
Thank you. I just had to stop along the way to take this presentation. I had an engagement in Asaba. I'm currently on my way to Benin, but I see this as a precious moment with the great students community, and I can't just miss this opportunity to share my thoughts. I'll be looking at bridging to this petroleum industry with tomorrow's energy solutions. So we are looking at bringing forward the solutions that we require tomorrow to solving today's problem. And I want to start by saying that the energy transition is not the end of oil and gas. That needs to be very clear. It is the beginning of a broader energy opportunity. Just a second. Please, just a second. Okay, please confirm you can hear me now.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you. Again, we know that the energy world is changing, but yet the demand is not disappearing, unfortunately. Nigeria, for example, is growing at close to 3.5% per annum in terms of population. So probably by 2050 or 2060, we'll be nearing over 300 million people. Yet, 6 out of every 10 Nigerian does not have access to clean power. So what that tells me is that with changing energy landscape, the demand is even increasing far beyond what we can provide for. So there's a need to have a robust energy mix to satisfy today's demand and prepare for the energy transition to meet up with the net zero ambition. So the old question is oil or renewables? That is the question we ask currently, right? A first choice for an energy-hungry developing economy like Nigeria. And I've said this time with a number, Nigeria is a poor country with less than $400 billion economy. And that is because Nigeria is a subset of Africa that is also a poor continent with probably less than $3.4 trillion economy. $3.4 trillion economy is less than the market cap of Apple or the market cap of Elon Musk's company. So that needs to be understood clearly. So therefore, the new question we need to ask now is, how do we deliver reliable, affordable, and cleaner energy while building prosperity? Because to transition into the future, you need a robust financial backbone. You need to invest massively in your oil and gas assets. You need to look at investment in renewable energy space. And that requires substantial financial capacity. Therefore, Nigeria must answer this. A pragmatic energy portfolio, oil, gas, renewable, plus efficiency, plus innovation, is the key to meeting this transition demand that we're all confronted with. Next slide, please. So let's look at Nigeria's evolving energy landscape, and this is very, very instructive and eye-opening to know that today oil and gas remains central. Gas anchors power. Solar stroke off-grid is expanding, but yet gas plays a critical role, a pivotal role to the future we all seek for. And I'm saying this because Nigeria has probably over 200 trillion cup of gas reserve proven, and then over 600 trillion cup unproven. So it means that Nigeria's future lies in our gas potential. And if you've listened to me severally, you will come to know that Nigeria is a gas province with sprinkle of oil. So therefore, as we move from 2026 to 2030, we'll now begin to see that motion where we have full gas monetization, and then in addition to that, we have grid and mini grids combined with solar capacity. So by 2030 to 2040, we'll now begin to look at electrification using EVs, of course, to power the transportation system in terms of your vehicle. We look at cleaner cooking efficiency in terms of how we cook and process our food, and of course, the carbon capture sequestration that needs to be integrated in our oil and gas production. By 2040 to 2060, they will now begin to look deeply into decarbonization, and then renewable will begin to be, we can now scale up renewable to answer our energy challenges. Question. Next slide, please. Next slide. So therefore, petroleum is not the past. It must become smarter. That is the only way we can meet up with the energy transition story. Again, we must debunk the narration by Europe that makes it look as if fossil fuel is evil. Because if you look at the total fossil fuel production capacity of Europe, it will not last more than 12 years. But yet, the Middle East and Africa, we still have enormous potential to keep producing for another 40, 50 years. So you understand why Europe is coming up with that narration on the need to transition to renewable, because they don't want to rely on Africa and Middle East for their energy sustainability. So Africa must own up that story. Africa must take that narration of telling their own story, either way within the energy landscape or outside the energy landscape. So we must begin to integrate not just what we produce in terms of oil and gas production, integrate low carbon technology into the way we produce this oil to make it smarter and to make it even more efficient. And beyond that also, we must introduce efficiency in our energy utilization. Please, next slide. Next slide. So what is Nigeria's strategic bridge for tomorrow? First, we must solve the power question. And the power question, like I said, we must deliberately pump in investment to develop our gas assets and turn that gas to power the energy sector, bringing quality, affordable, reliable, and sustainable power to the populace. We must, in fact, my recent concept around gas to power, we must move beyond gas to power to gas to wire, bringing power to the market where people can consume this power and then translate this power into manufacturing and other usable products. And that means that power must support our industry. Industry is the backbone for any economic development across the globe. In doing that, we must integrate low emission technology into how we produce and how we also export this power to the market. And I think Nigeria plays a critical role. We can produce efficiently in such a way that what we produce can also power the entire African continent. So we can provide solutions to Benin Republic, solutions to the Sahel region, solutions to Central Africa. And of course, you can now see that we are playing a big role in the downstream sector with the Dangote model. And Dangote is now scaling up to even the eastern region in Africa, like Kenya. Very soon we'll be hosting another massive refinery. Those are the kind of bridge that Nigeria needs to build to power the entire Africa region. If Nigeria prospers, Africa prospers. Please, next slide. Next slide. So, having developed our gas assets, I'm looking to the future right now. We also understand that the gas asset will not be enough to power the future. So we must also begin to develop capacity in solar technology. We must also begin to develop capacity in mini grid technologies, so that the energy mix we are talking about is not just about cost, but cost efficiency. We don't want to produce products that are not affordable, because Nigeria and of course the entire African continent is poor in terms of our economy. So the best way to move into the future is to understand that whatever we produce must be affordable. And that is why we need, as a matter of urgency, begin to develop capacity around solar and of course around the renewable that are already at the forefront of discussion. We must stop relying on Europe to lead that conversation in terms of technology production and manufacturing. We must also use the gas that we are harnessing today to develop local capacity for the future in terms of renewable. And that is the key message I want to leave with every one of us tonight. So beyond just power, we must also look at clean cooking technology. And let me remind you, I have said this before. It is a shame that, for example, Nigeria will need to depend on Ghana to even augment its LPG production when we have bigger capacity in NLNG. So we must begin to domesticate our production capacity, not just the way it is designed for export, but it must also be designed to meet domestic needs, domestic consumption. And I think that is where the missing gap is. Nigeria has been designed in such a way that we are export oriented, rather than looking at how to meet even local consumption needs. Until we begin to do that in terms of policy and in terms of government will, we will continue to rely on outsiders to meet our local consumption. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. Now, beyond the molecules, we must begin to also look at new energy technologies. And key to this, and that's why I keep saying that the oil and gas professionals will not go obsolete. The oil and gas professionals who have mastered the art of drilling, the art of exploration, the art of production. For example, for those of you who are studying petroleum and gas engineering, you know that there are 5 functional areas in petroleum engineering. You have drilling, you have reservoir engineering, you have production engineering, you have gas engineering, and you have petroleum economics. It's a full scope knowledge compendium. We can translate this knowledge into developing new energy technologies. Whether you are looking at the solar energy technology, you are looking at harvesting the wind energy, or you are even looking at geothermal, which requires substantial knowledge around geology and your ability to get that energy down to surface. That is where we continue to play key role. So yes, petroleum engineering is not going to go extinct. In fact, we'll continue to evolve over time. And that is why the way you study needs to change also. There needs to be a revamp of our curriculum to integrate this new energy technology into what we already know, because we already have a basis. Yeah, what you know in petroleum engineering is not going to change over time. It's only going to evolve. And that is why you must master the engineering part, the science part, so that as we begin to scale up to higher knowledge, to better knowledge that meets today's requirement, you will not be left out. So therefore, the new technology of tomorrow is still going to rely on core engineering understanding, those core engineering theories that you already know. But in addition to that, you must also master data analytics. You must understand the role of cloud computing. You must understand the role of AI. You must understand the role of IoTs, Internet of Things. The integration of this new technology into what we already know will make us even far more robust and ready for the future that we're all looking forward to. Please, next slide. So what does transition mean for Nigeria's oil and gas workforce? And that is the kind of question some of you want to ask this evening. Where do I stand as we move into this future? So, for example, for the drilling engineer, like I said, geothermal is also going to play a key role. Subsurface engineering is going to play a key role because you still need to harvest that subsurface energy and bring it to surface. For pipeline engineers, you still need to move hydrogen, whether it is gray hydrogen or blue hydrogen. You still need to move it from where it is produced to where the market is. We still need to also understand the role of CO2, how we are able to market CO2 in the open market. So the kind of skill that you need to upskill to meet the future energy demand is data analytics, like I mentioned before, AI and automation, carbon accounting, renewable energy project development, energy economics, etc., etc. Again, I've said, irrespective of what you study in school, whatever it is you are studying in school, whether it is electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, petroleum engineering, geologist, nursing, medicine, you need to have a firm grip of AI. You need to have a firm grip of IoT. You need to have a firm grip of data analytics, because we're in the age of big data. This big data needs to be stored somewhere. That is where cloud computing comes into play. So again, as a student, you need to reposition yourself. Do not abandon petroleum expertise. You need to repackage it for a multi-energy economy that is going to confront us in the near future. And that future is already here with us. Next slide, please. Next slide. So 5 priority for bridging today's to tomorrow. 5 priority area. Number 1 is secure energy. Keep investing in oil and gas reliability while diversifying supply. And this is very, very key for me. Yeah. So while you are building your capacity in core energy areas, core energy technologies, you need to also understand that the supply chain around the oil and gas industry and around the future energy is a massive space. It's an opportunity that students need to take advantage of. That supply chain entails how you move energy from the point of production to where the market is. For example, most of the oil and gas produced in Nigeria are in the Niger Delta area. But where the demand is in Lagos, it's in Kano, it's in Abuja, it's in Kaduna. So someone needs to move that energy resource to where it is being produced, to where it to be used. Again, some of the priority area must focus on monetizing gas. Gas is under-monetized in Nigeria. Thank God for the OB3 line that is available now, or almost available now. That line can evacuate over 2 billion BCF of gas, right? So if you add the AKK project that will probably be completed in another 1 or 2 years, we can move from 2 BCF to probably about 6 or 8 BCF. Yes, that is not where we ought to be as a nation. We should be able to do 15 BCF as a developing nation, but it's a good place to start with. I want to encourage every one of you. Gas is going to be the future that we all desire, and you should be able to pick up 1 or 2 knowledge, 1 or 2 skills around the gas engineering sphere and bring it to bear so that you will still be relevant in tomorrow's world. Again, we must scale clean power, and that is where investment in renewable comes to play. We are not just going to invest and put all our resources in oil and gas. We must also accelerate our local technology in building solar system, the hydro system, even the battery storage systems, the mini grids. We must begin to modernize and use what we have to power the future that we all desire. I'm more interested in it. The most important bridge that we need to build is the people. And that is why we're having this conference. If you don't upskill, if you don't equip yourself, if you don't prepare yourself for the future will leave you behind. Don't just stay with what you are studying in school. You must pick up additional skill set to augment whatever your university is giving to you so that you can remain relevant in the future we are going into. Next slide, please. Next slide. I want to close this evening by saying Nigeria does not have to choose between energy security and energy transition. We must build both, and we must build it intelligently. Let me say this again. Nigeria does not have to choose between energy security and energy transition. What we must do, we must build both, and we must build it intelligently. What that also means us is to understand that while we need energy security, we must also prepare for the future. We're not going to use today's technology to destroy tomorrow's opportunity. So while we are harnessing our gas potentials, while we are closing the gap in terms of oil and gas production, we must also begin to invest massively in the future energy resources. And that is going to be focused on solar systems, battery storage systems, mini grid systems, harvesting the wind energy, and of course, geothermal resources, which we have abundantly here in Nigeria. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you. Sorry that I have to take this presentation on transit, but I trust that we'll have better time to discuss some of this subject matter in the near future. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It has been a very good presentation, and I think we have learned a lot from it. I thank you for the order and for time management as well. So we shall move in to the question and answer. I know these people have a lot of questions for you, but we have limited time. We shall only give it 5 minutes or more, at least like 1 or 6 minutes, so that they get to know what maybe they could have not picked or what they're interested in knowing. So you could prepare and maybe listen into the questions. We shall take all the questions at once and then you answer them one after the other. Yes, let me start sharing my screen so that we can follow up with the program. Okay, so I request that I'm calling upon Abubakar to take us in with the question and answer. Abubakar, you're most welcome. Is Abubakar on the call? Prince, is Abubakar on the call, or you can as well take us through. It is very easy, just for someone to ask a question and it is answered.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I believe all of us enjoyed the presentation by Dr. Chukwemeke, and I believe those of us who are having doubts or who are having one question or the other might have already be cleared by now. But in case you still have a question with regards to the future of energy, with regards to the presentation this evening, please you can kindly indicate by raising your hands or type um, type your question in the chat box. I will read it out for our esteemed guest speaker to answer it. Thank you.
Any questions for our speaker? Should we say we have understood it all? Was it perfect? Prince, you help me so that I am unable to see in the chat because I'm sharing my screen. You can help me check in the chat if there are any questions so that you can read them out.
So far, no questions.
No question.
Please, if you have a question, kindly indicate. You can mute your mic or you can type it in the chat box. I will read it out for us all to hear your question. Okay. I think someone has dropped something in the chat box. So, Doctor, I want to read it out loud. The presentation says Nigeria does not have to choose between energy security and energy transition. But if resources are limited, we inevitably have to make choices. So, what should Nigeria prioritize first? Securing affordable energy today, reducing emissions, or building the energy technologies of tomorrow? And how do we measure whether we've made the right choice? So are you on the call?
You will know if you've made the right choice by um your relevance in the global world tomorrow. You can see that the energy landscape is constantly evolving. So, but what we're saying is that we don't have the resources to even compete with Europe and the likes in developing the solar technology or harvesting the wind energy. But we can leverage our over 60 years of producing oil and gas producing the oil and gas assets and use that to deepen our understanding and harness these resources that is stranded in the subsurface, so that we can use the value that we get from harnessing oil and gas to invest in the future energy technology. Currently, the oil and gas is responsible for over 80% of your FS. Yeah. Thank God for the downstream sector with Dangote coming to play in that area, which has increased our FS generating capacity. So we can take advantage of the profit we get from there and invest in the renewable energy space. But if you don't even have the money to invest in the renewable energy space, it means that you'll be playing catch up. It means that you rely on Europe to continue to have any sustainability. And that is not what we want as a continent, as a nation. So the focus should be, can we further develop the oil and gas and then use the profit from the oil and gas and invest in the future energy technology? I think that is where that is the center of this evening's presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that nice one. I also have something in the chat box from Suleiman Ibrahim Sule. He said, "Sir, you emphasize the need to transfer, upskill, and reposition petroleum capacities for a multi-energy economy. Our students entering the industry today, what is the one skill or area you would strongly advise us to start developing now to remain relevant in the future?"
The one skill that you need to focus on, number one, is AI. AI is going to play a key role. It's a destructive technology. Please don't do anything without having a firm grip of what AI is across board. Whether you're in petroleum or you're in the manufacturing or you're doing electrical, nursing, medicine, AI is going to play a critical role in our industry and, of course, across all the energy space. The second one that you need to focus on is data analytics. Anyone can pick up data analytics. How to make sense of the humongous data that we generate every day. Data analytics is going to play a key role in our future world. In fact, companies will be looking for analysts, to make sense of the data accumulation, massive data storage capacities across board. People need to make sense of it and use that data to make informed decision. So please pay attention to this too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that quick one. I personally have a question. Within the past 1 year, within the past year, I've been hearing a lot about how petroleum engineers should embrace AI. And this evening, you've also said something about how we should strongly embrace AI. My question to you now is that where specifically should we focus on? Because AI is very broad. When we say AI, at least we need guidelines or guidance on the parts of where in AI we need to gain mastery. That is my question to you, sir. Can you please shed light on that, sir?
Yeah, my answer is very simple and straight. Matter begins at home. Start with AIs that are relevant to your core study area. So you're doing petroleum engineering. There are AI that AI is actually a tool that aids. It's a technology that aids efficiency, that helps you get things done faster. Yeah, so you can't just be all over the whole place. So start with AI that are relevant to your area of studies. Yeah, pick up those AI. Then over time, as you move on to understand business economics and all that, you can now start picking up AI around those areas and augment with what you have. So you must start from what you are familiar, and that is what we learn in mathematics. Start from known to the unknown. You solve from known to the unknown. So that is one cheap approach to AI utilization. Start by applying AI to things that you already know, and then you can move to other things as you move into the future. Thank you.
Sorry to, sir, you said something about we should focus on AI that are relevant to our field of studies. And majority of us here, the only AI we know is are the ChatGPT, the Gemini, and the rest. Are those ones the AI are talking about, or there are others AI that are designed for petroleum engineering?
Massive. There are a lot. Just use Google and say, give me list of AI that are relevant to my field of studies. You can call it petroleum or call it electrical, and it will give you a dozen. Yeah, that is one way you can start, and then you can start picking up the ones that are more familiar with you, and then build capacity over time.
Okay, thank you so much for that clarification. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Permission for me to sign off. I need to continue my journey. I'm happy to be with you this evening. Sorry that I am a little bit unsettled, but I should be able to have better time with you in the future. God bless you.
All right.
Okay,
thank you so much, Doctor. And,
God bless you, sir. Nice evening. Okay, Mr. Moderator, I think I will allow you to take over.
All right. Thank you.
Edgar, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. You still wanted the slides? Should I share them?
No. Share the slide. Share the slide.
Prince, did you say you want to take over or I continue?
Edgar, please continue. Continue.
All right. I just misheard what you said. I thought you wanted to take over. Okay. Thank you so much. And for those on the call, we are happy that you're still on. And then we continue to thank our guest speaker today. In his absentia, he could have left, doctor. And I think we have learned a lot from this 2-day conference, which has been mainly on the new energies, technologies, and I think we shall start thinking better than what we have been thinking. We shall move on to our next program without wasting any of their time. That is a networking session, which is going to be taken in by Mr. Peters. I don't know whether he's on the call. And if he is on the call, please, Peter, the floor is yours.
Good evening.
Peter is not on the call.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Peters instructed me to take over the networking section for him today because he'll be busy with a few things. He's busy with a few things. So I hope I'm permitted to go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Ikwamo Sabel. I'm the Financial Secretary for SP Redeemers University chapter. And I'd like to appreciate everyone that are on the call. I know it might not be easy for some of us to be on the call, but now we are in our networking. It's time for networking. So can everyone please move to the chat box and drop their names and their means of contact, how you want to be contacted, whether your IG, your LinkedIn, your WhatsApp, or any way you wish to be contacted. Please, can we start that now? We have limited time. So I guess I should go first. Leadership by example. So we can start by adding our names then wherever you wish to be contacted. So I've opened up the floor. So anybody that wish to network, you can please add your name wherever you wish to be contacted, via your LinkedIn, your WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, any way you wish to be contacted. I'm not saying anybody's. Are we all shy or? Thank you, Suleiman Ibrahim. Thank you. Who else? Who else? Who else? We have limited time, please. Let's drop our. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, Jesse. Praise. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you. We can get other people. If you want to get to know other people, you can. This is an opportunity to get their WhatsApp or their Instagram link so that you can meet up with them and network. Your connections for today is your prosperous for tomorrow. So let's network. Let's share our Precious. Thank you. Chinedu, thank you. Elvis, thank you. Elvis dropped his WhatsApp number.
All right, Christabel.
Thank you so much.
We shall continue with that I think Prince has to organize for us so that we are all in that WhatsApp group. And I pray that we continue to talk there. Let us not be shy. At times, it is only Prince sending messages and there's no person replying. It looks so weird, but I pray that we continue to gain the professional confidence so that we can always talk there and do more of networking. I personally, my name is Yao Edgar. I have not been able to type in the group because I'm sharing the slides. I'm from Uganda and from a university called Mbara University of Science and Technology. So I'm also very happy to be with you here today. So let us continue to interact more in our WhatsApp group. We shall move on to our next session. That will be the announcements by Rachel Mucho. That is Chambogo University. This one is also from Uganda. Rachel, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Edgar. Thank you very much, Edgar. Sorry for that. Yes, he introduced me. I'm also from Uganda and happy to be here. So if you could help move to the next slide, please.
Okay.
Okay. So the announcements, I don't know why my program had something else, but I believe I can go with this. So you can become an SPE member today. And one of the benefits that's being part of the Society of Petroleum Engineers, or as we currently know it, Solution People Energy. So what are the benefits that you gain from this? One, you get first-hand internship and career information, mentorship programs from industry leaders, yes, scholarships and trainings. You have access to our vast technical and professional resource library, or the knowledge base. Network with industry leaders and professionals, both locally and internationally. So if you're not yet a member, you can join or renew your membership and unlock hidden opportunities. So there is a code there, and I believe if someone wants to access it, we can send you these slides, and yeah, you can get it from there. Next slide, please. Okay. So the Society of Petroleum Engineers, Southern Delta University, that is the group of people that has organized this. Really appreciate them. It will be having a 2 days technical program on the 21st and 22nd August 2026. And the theme is well operation of a life well. The guest speaker is Dr. Nabil El Sedfai, and some of us know him. He has been taking us through different lectures, so he will be the guest speaker, and the time is 5 p.m. I believe this is West African time. That is 7 p.m. for us in East Africa. So the interested chapters, you can reach out for a collaboration. Yeah, that is, I believe, to the president, Mr. Prince himself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel Mucho, a sister from Uganda, and I'm very excited to have someone from Uganda on the call today, though most of them have not been able to make it today. But thank you for the announcements, and I think we have taken up that. We shall move up on the next agenda, which is the photograph and networking. And I think this is going to be taken through by Haruna. I don't know whether Mr. Haruna is on the call. Please, if you're on the call, you can take on the session. Could someone help me to check whether Haruna is on the call? Prince, is Haruna on the call?
Wait, I'm trying to check. Hold on. I don't think he's on the call. Let's ask any volunteer. Is there anyone that will be willing to take us on the photograph section?
Prince, you help me check in the chat and find someone who has not.
Kirian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good
Can
evening,
you?
everyone.
Okay. Kindly take us on the photograph session.
Okay. So at this point, I believe we want
Sent an
to turn off their camera.
So please, everyone, switch on your camera for the photograph session.
sorry for that. Someone just called my phone and just went off. Prince, could you please enable me to share the slides as well again? Prince, are you still on the call?
Someone they call. I'm looking for your name. Okay, you can share your screen now. Please, everyone, kindly switch on your camera so we can take the photograph and move to the next order of program. Rachel, your camera is off. Aloluwa Bankole, your camera is off. Jesse, your camera is off. Dumbi Praise, your camera is off. Please switch on your camera. Let's take the photograph and move on to the next slide. Musoke Elvis, your camera is switched off. Please switch it on. Who is Hope? Please switch on your camera. Karen, please take the photograph. Let's move to the next other program.
You. Let's have a way to push that up.
Karen, can we move on to the next other program? Hello, Karen, I can't hear you.
Unmute your mic, Karen.
Can we move on to the next other program?
Prince, the next last program.
Yes, please, we can move on.
Okay. I think the last thing we have is the closing remark. Mr. Moderator, can I take the closing remark?
Yeah, please take the closing remark.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Iseka Chukwuka Prince. I'm the president of SP Southern Delta University chapter in Nigeria. I want to appreciate each and every one of you here for creating time to be present here today. This today's event have been a successful one, and it's all thanks to each and every one of us here that created time to participate. I'd also thank our guest speakers from day one and today as well. I believe they've imparted enough knowledge on us. I believe some of us, our doubts here have been cleared. I believe we now know where to focus on in the nearest future to stay relevant in this evolving industry. So I want to thank you all so much, and I look forward to working with you guys again. I look forward to seeing you guys again. I look forward to collaborating with you guys again. Thank you so much. Thank you for making this program a wonderful and successful one. God bless you all, and have a nice evening. Thank you all. So we'll call it a day. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Before we end the call, you can go to the chat box and connect network with people if you are not through with it. You can go to the chat box. I'm giving us 5 minutes to go to the chat box to connect with the people you've not connected with. 5 minutes. Once is um 8 minutes. Once is 6:08 hours. End the call.
Prince, I'm unable to see any of the chats that you people have been sending. It is a humble request that if you're
I
able to
get.
send them again
Um,
with our
I
chat.
guess. I guess it's because you actually logged out before, so due to the
Oh,
incoming call. Let me try to see if I can screenshot everything for you.
all right. Thank you.
Okay, I'll do that for you. Just hold on. Okay, so you have I think 4 more minutes before end the call. So network with whoever I want to network, save contact, because you never can tell. You might be someone's appointment tomorrow. You never can tell. So network with whoever I want to network. The chat box is still open for 4 more minutes. Please just take their number and go and text them. Which one is hello from Uganda? Please take their number and go and text them on WhatsApp if at all. You this boy. Some people come to program. You want to follow woman, eh? No Allah. Okay, so it was nice nice connecting with you guys. Take care, have a good night. And that's the end of it all. Thank you all.